It's a good save against the Raw. The Beastmaster now suddenly the Lifesteal's going to have that extra backup. He's going to pop the Rage. He's going to get Rawed. Suddenly Aphotic Shield's there from a bad, and he's able to save it.
Luna.
And Luna is there. Okay.
No, I like the Abaddon, but I also like the mid Pango. I am torn.
And it is an Iceberg Shadow Fiend. This is
One of his
like
favorites.
that is what Iceberg's known for his SF.
All right.
But they just had such a bad game one.
Well, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to pick first this time. So that
Okay,
way,
yeah,
if you
okay,
want to
let's
be
do that way
contrarian,
around.
you
Yeah.
can. But I'm looking at a situation where a team showed in game one that they wanted to try to make it a long game. And even though the other team, which was Winstrike in this case, had Lifestealer, they didn't particularly play it to its best ability. And I'm not convinced that they can still do that. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna say Empire here. Just based on the inability to play the Lifestealer at 100%.
Question. We did just see Black Archangel playing Winter Wyvern, right? I'm also, I see Breaking nodding, because I think we now have a stand-in for Empire. I saw LeBron. LeBron wasn't in the previous game, was he?
LeBron
LeBron
Did-
Dota.
Yeah, he was on
LeBron?
the Grimstroke.
Exactly.
No, LeBron's not on this team. Well, he is now,
He
apparently.
is now.
He was not in the first game.
But
I didn't even
there
see
was
that.
no
That's a
LeBron
good
in the
catch.
first
And we
game,
did
was there?
see Sayuv pick up his hero, so he's not the support that's missing. I was thinking Black Archangel. You said, you guys won? You don't need me.
No,
I'm out.
Well,
Later.
that's-
Peace, bruh.
Oh, well, I mean,
But I'll let the commentators figure that
yeah,
one out. 'cause
LeBron's
I'm
a
not
solid
entirely
player.
sure.
I'll go with Empire as well. I
Yes,
think
that production's telling me that is the case. That's a good catch.
they sorted it out.
All right.
Does that change your picks?
No, LeBron is a great
he was pretty
player.
good. He had a good run with NaVi back in the
Yeah,
day.
he's an EPG right now, Element Pro Gaming.
Yeah.
Who's it going to be?
He's still trying to grind, you know. I do think that I like the draft better for Winstrike, but I'm still going for Empire for this game.
Yeah, Empire as well. I think Winstrike just looked a little off last game. They're trying this Lifestealer again. I feel confident that Empire's gonna be able to beat the Lifestealer once more.
All right. I mean, we're all in agreement again, which means we're probably all going to be wrong.
Probably.
But we'll be wrong together as one big
Yeah.
family. Oh. All right. Let's get to the games and see if Breaky and our boy, the dating guru, Purge, think the same.
Pango has not been a successful hero today, but obviously Empire going to try to make it work. But Abaddon, that's the pick. I want to focus on. You're about to shoot somebody, by the way.
I just want
Pull
to
him
keep
back.
them on their toes. Don't move. Abaddon's a bit of an interesting hero. Not typically seen as good right now, but it is very good for dispelling disables, like stuns from Roar, like they were pointing out. So in that way, it kind of covers some of the bases that Lifestealer will have trouble with, which is kind of cool. The passive change has seemed kind of mediocre, not very good perhaps. I've seen some like Manta Abaddons, which helps you build up the stacks up to 4 more rapidly. So maybe, I'm very interested to see what items he goes this game, basically. It'll be kind of cool. There's the current bets. Not great chances of earning good money if you bet on Empire, but if you think Winstrike can take this game, you can quadruple your cash. So consider placing a
But
bet
at the
there.
same time, Empire is up 1-0, and obviously they seem like a pretty good team from that first game. It was pointed out, though, by Sheever. She made that catch. LeBron is indeed standing in. He's playing the Grimstroke here, but as they were also talking about, he's obviously a fantastic player. So I find that hard to believe that's going to be a high impact in terms of screwing everything up here for Team Empire. But let you guys decide on your own whether or not you like those odds. Lifestealer, he's at the bottom lane currently by himself. It looks like Lich is TPing in, though. And we will have our 2-1-2 matchup now as a result. But Iceberg Shadow Fiend is a very strong combination player hero right there. So if there is one way Winstrike is going to win, it seems like that, in this case, matched up against a Pango.
That is very interesting. It's probably really good for SF, I imagine, because Pango has really low base damage at level 1. So I'm guessing it's going to be doable. He got 2 denies on the first wave, however, so he's going to be plenty happy for now.
Yeah. Of course, that's one of the bigger weaknesses of the Shadow Fiend, that early laning phase. And you see right there, having trouble as far as the first creep wave goes. Only got the 1 creep kill, so keep an eye on that. See how Iceberg picks up. Kodos, he's not going to be afraid to play aggressive, nor should he. Even as big swashbuckle coming out. And yeah, that's some good damage. Iceberg
That was extra lucky. He got procs on both the disarm and the silence, so he was extra slowed there, rather than just one of them procking. So that was pretty low chances of happening.
Extra lucky shot there. You see that curse at the top of your screen kicking in. Again, he needs those 4 stacks. So the 4 stacks, it provides a silence, right?
I believe so, and it also increases the movement speed and attack speed for the Abaddon for the duration.
Okay.
So it still applies slow on like a first attack, but it becomes much better as it gets up to 4 rapidly.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, it even silences towers, which I don't think does anything really.
First time I saw that, I was like, what the hell is that?
Why? Yeah.
A little confusing. For sure.
I'm sure we'll see that come into play, so just so you're aware of what's actually going on right there.
Well, SF has 6 last hits now, so now he's up to 64 damage. Compared to the Pango's probably like 53. So SF should be able to run away with the lane now, I expect. Especially once he gets to mana sufficiency.
Yeah, and they picked up the Shadow Fiend after... No, wait, it was Pango picked up in the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
Actually, so, that's interesting now you mentioned that. Well, anyways, Princess trying to run away at the top lane. Again, he doesn't have anything else. He went to Curse level 1. I guess he does have a point that he's sitting on, so worst case. Nope.
That was smart. He had to wait there because he knew that. Oh!
Jeez. Chucking everything at him.
Played, dude. I forgot that the tree gave vision. He threw the tree, and he salved afterwards, and then Seiyu was so ready for that. That was a huge play.
That was
like 300 health. Not to mention the toss damage dealt. That was incredible. That's going to really hurt Abaddon.
Yeah, clutch indeed. Iceberg double damage rune, so if he wasn't winning enough already, it's going to accelerate that much more. But Princess will have to probably ferry out some regen eventually to help him keep in this lane. Does have Earth Spirit coming back in at least. Bottom lane, some chase happening into the jungle I see there. Take a look. Lich is running out Grimstroke. Pops the Inkswell, but now Lich has turned around, so it's mind games over here between these two heroes.
Misha's owning that. He just completely read that one, high ground. Knowing that his opponent was probably going to go for some kind of a trade there.
And LeBron will just TP back to his tower. Pop a salve. Good to go.
Not all bad for him.
Mid matchup again, slightly favoring the Shadow Fiend, 15-3. Pango's 11-2 though, so keeping at it at least. Top lane, you have Princess as the levels have added up, is starting to be a bit more aggressive. That's the thing with the Abaddon, specifically that Aphotic Shield. He can stand his ground quite a bit, and again, that curse being thrown up on the heroes. It'll be interesting to see how he develops. Like I said, in this laning phases, is keeping Luna in check quite a bit. Like, Luna's only 7-1 right now.
Oh, does barely get the kill there. Very close, and he aggro's onto his core. That was sick.
He was master, clearly troubles for Lifestealer as far as that death is concerned. Now, even with that death, he is still top on CS, so I suppose overall not going too shabby. Top lane, we're going to see a toss back, perhaps. Seiyu? Not yet, at least, and maybe it was on cooldown, but either way, not getting a kill chance there.
It was a little hard to get the toss back. Either way, he got lots of damage in, so he's going to be happy with how his lane's going. Abaddon's actually up to 12 last sets, which isn't terrible. Ooh, misses the first raise. That's a big deal. This would have been a kill otherwise, 100%.
Yeah, taken off there as Avalanche is used, but Luna's not too concerned about it, just focusing on last hits, but not going to toss back in. Again, the Aphotic Shield, and Luna's the one that has to be a little careful. Keeping her distance. He does have deny chance with the Mist Coil.
Yeah, they're going to play around this, see if they can get the kill.
Another Aphotic Shield, got the Lucent Beam, but again, Princess, we're going to see that the Mist Coil come out, but not in time for a deny, and Luna gets a couple of glaive auto attacks in to secure it.
He almost lived, actually. He was about...
He goes down, they just collapse on top of him, so Lifestealer, again, did have that death earlier on, but overall the game's looking pretty good for him. 5-minute bounty runes protected there by Maiden.
It's so good to have Earth Spirit for bounty rune moments, though, because, like, if anyone's contesting it, especially just a support, you just expect one hero to be there, but all of a sudden Earth Spirit shows up, and then the chase is completely different, especially if you have Orb of Venom like he does. And it also creates space, right? That's a dead support. He can then rotate to the next place he wants to go, and in the meantime, it's still just a 1v1 mid with a hero
out and will Grimstroke in. Oh yeah, Grimstroke is kind of trapped in here with the trees and just throws out the storm. He actually connected for the kill on Earth Spirit.
Oh, sick.
So he takes him with him. Maiden's meanwhile running down Misha. One more auto attack should do it. He gets it off, runs uphill. So it sounds like kills one of the boars at least, but yeah, that Stork fake connecting. Pretty clutch.
I was going to blame Maiden for blocking him in with the boar, but like getting the spirit kill is completely worth it.
Mid lane, Roman from the Abaddon. You might not expect it. Yeah, it's back to the top lane. Earth Spirit, of course, trying to find where he wants to go next, but Lich is actually joining Abaddon currently. Luna realizes what's going on, but with the Frost Shield coming out, it's not in range though.
Yeah,
she'll be fine.
Oh wow, she's actually maxing out Aurora. Interesting. It makes a lot of sense, I guess, if you are laning with the right heroes, like laning with Tiny, especially. Giving him extra bonus strength at the start time of the game is great.
And they roll in. Once again, the roll somewhat missing, but puts him in a spot. Misha tossed back in. Misha also in trouble now. Very likely dead. Frost Blast, not nearly enough damage. I'm guessing level 1. No chance there for the kill.
I feel like Misha actually killed himself by using his second skill because he stopped moving and allowed Tiny to catch up. I'm not 100%, but it kind of looked like it.
Throwing out that Frost Shield.
But not that big of a deal. At the back of the lane, I'm going to try to contest. The last sets are actually incredible for Winstrike. They've only have a small gold advantage, but they're in a really good place for now.
Yeah, 7-3 hero kill advantage for the dire side, but exactly. CS looking pretty good. The hero kill is going to get a bit better here, perhaps.
And their last sets are so weak.
Yeah.
In comparison, like SF is eclipsing the Pango. The Luna is being eclipsed by the Lifestealer, yet they're still winning, and that's because they have 8 kills, I guess.
Iceberg trying to use his haste rune. Full value. Doesn't have a Requiem, but he has a couple of raises for Maiden. Oh, he runs back into the short range.
I mean, he kind of had to try that.
Yeah.
It was as long as Beastmaster is in 6, he can't stop that from coming. So it was a good move, good rotation. He had vision too, and he still
are very dominant, as almost would expect.
Yeah. It's so crazy to look at that graph and realize that they're ahead. But Lich is really poor this game. Abaddon is not doing great either. He's underfarmed, but once he hits 6, his life will be a lot easier in this lane.
Yeah, supporting Cass's struggle right now, but Midas finished on Lifestealer. Shadow Fiend's also going to be curious where he goes, because when we have been seeing the Shadow Fiends recently, this whole Guardian Greaves build has been a thing. Is this a game where
planted a tree there just to block vision to make sure Iceberg couldn't chase him down with like 2 right clicks? I don't know, maybe it was boots related that Greaves got changed, or that they started doing Greaves, but just going right click with treads is a lot safer. Like, he can just utilize his damage in a good way.
Great bounty, we're in control. Coming out from Winstrike, and they find a possible hero kill. Kodos, yep, that's an easy one. Pango. Again, it's what else is there to say other than Pango's just haven't been doing too well today. And
allies just aren't really ready to force team fights. Once Beastmaster hits 6, it's easier for Pango to be coordinated. Once he combos with, I don't know, it's hard to like get Tiny in position to force fights too. He doesn't really synergize with his lineup very well, in my opinion.
This would be a big kill if they can make it happen. Iceberg trying to run away. Pango gets a couple of procs there, so Slow's kicking in on Iceberg. Stroke of Fate in the face, and he just has to man mode right now. Does have Earth Spirit to try to help him out. 4-step away. The push, and Iceberg still alive for the time being, but the toss in, and eventually is killed off. That wasn't a 4-step, by the way. That was a kick, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway,
there's the updated odds here. His numbers are going down for Winstrike. Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. It was up in the 4 range, yeah.
4 now crushing. I don't know, the bet on the bottom's technically flipped the opposite way, but that's okay, we get it.
Yeah, for the overall series right there.
Should have put the money down earlier, idiots.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about, man. I mean, definitely comeback potential for Winstrike. They got comfortable heroes, and Silence comfortable in this Lifestealer. Chain Frost not going to bounce, though, Maiden. It does heavily slow. And Silent, he's farming it well. He's going to be tossed, comboed here somewhat, but okay. Quick Infest, heals up, and
that's cool. And kills the
Frost Shield. Whoops.
Goodbye on that one.
Well, either way, not really dying right there. They're just going to, again, being funky with him.
He's in such a good position, actually. He's got Midas and like 2,000 gold, and he's just messing with them in 3-0 or 3-1 and 0. Silent having a great game. That net worth is ridiculous. And this is a really good Midas or a good Radiance game too, because the survivability of some Empire's heroes is not really very high.
It's in the roll, hits the Silence, the kick, the slow, the everything else, but they're just going to turn on to Astral now. Puts down another Remnant. Extend that Magnetize as much as he can. Astral, the Frost Shield. Also, he's still alive in the roll. No, Maiden able to run him down. Pango looks like he'll live too, despite that Magnetize ticking. Going to be fine. Mid lane, they're chasing. Let's go down a little bit. Okay, well, Iceberg is dead.
It's only the mid carry.
It's not a big fight. So you getting credit for the kill on Tiny. And a double tip even coming out, apparently. I swear I say it differently. Abaddon. Anyway, Silent goes
That's how he says
down. That's a bit, yeah, no, he himself says Abaddon.
Another extremely important kill. Caught off camera.
Caught off camera. It's a good way to say it,
It's just some things are impossible. It's
understandable.
Yeah.
Well, Lifestealer, again, talk about another important one. So you mentioned level 6 specifically on Beastmaster, and it does feel like ever since that's happened, Empire has been now moving around quite a bit more.
It's been a crazy, like, 2 minutes, 1 minute even for them. They got the kill on shot, have a tower killed yet, whereas Winstrike does. It's just the amount of pressure they're putting with their rotations has been really good.
Yeah, and then you have Luna. Of course, her impact has the maxed out R now, I'm sure, and She's catching up somewhat, at least to the Shadow Fiend. Lifestealer still a bit of a stretch, but sure, Mask of Madness. In fact, I think I saw a finish. So she's flash farming in the jungle currently, while the rest of her team continues to make chaos elsewhere.
And that's what they're aiming to do right now. Smoked up and ready to go if they can find somebody in the jungle. Quite a few levels on heroes like Pango, so he's got a lot of burst damage right now. And they're looking for SF most likely. Because killing Lifestealer without Roar is going to be a little hard. They can use the sounds for Grimstroke, but they have to make sure that it doesn't get disjointed basically by Rage.
No, they just scanned out Iceberg. They know that somebody's in that area. Obviously, well, now they definitely know where he is.
Are they gonna
spam pings like crazy. They're trying to decide, get the jump.
It's nighttime now. Now they can do it.
Oh, I hear the ping roll. Yep, here we go. Rolling Thunder. Iceberg. He's just going to walk away. He's got a Shadow Blade. They can put the ward down. They put the dust. They finally catch him, but not really. Oh, Pango's chasing still. Yeah, but he already used a swashbuckle, so it's not going to happen.
Well, let's watch them try. It's fine.
Here, Rage going off. Dream is picked off elsewhere as the fight continues over here. Toss up on Abaddon. Toss away even as they're chasing. Again, Luna's currently dead for 30 seconds, so they're taking full advantage of this. Tiny running away the most that he can, at least. Silent sitting on top of him, though. And there's the slow connecting. Beautiful kick coming out from her Spirit. Tosses back the Lifestealer, and that might save Suyu, actually. Mystical, not enough damage. I believe that's an earn on him as well, but he's going to stay alive. Double Soulbind coming out on two, of course. Locking them down. Abaddon's going to fall as a result. No, Silent in trouble. He went too far. Oh, he fessed one of their creeps, though. They cannot deny it.
They know it's one of them.
Yeah.
He will die eventually, or he's going to have to jump out as soon as Rage is ready. He's going to get a decent heal, but...
Do they have Primal Roar? No, they do not.
He used it already during the Grimstroke ulti, so...
There we go.
Oh.
Wow. He did not have much life. And he dead.
I guess he just anticipated the timing there. Because he clearly tried to jump out in Rage, but... It's like the swashbuckle was like timed so well that it just silenced him right off the bat.
Whether that was coincidence or not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Catches him.
LeBron playing it safe there, rotating back to the left in worry that Iceberg was coming to look for him. He's going to find him, actually. Oh, the miss was so big.
Yep, and now Pango's here, so LeBron may end up going down, but if they set up this turn kill, that's absolutely huge for the Dire team. Once again, Iceberg, the fire shield, keeping it alive for a little bit longer. Not long enough, though. Raccoon after the fact. Kodos, he's going to lock down Misha now with that Rolling Thunder a couple of times. There's a third time even connecting. A Phonic Shield ain't going to save him either. Swashbuckle and Pango. He's starting to make some plays now. Borrow time for the Abaddon. But he can outrun after Pango. And look at these taunting in his face, but the miscoil takes him out. Who has the last laugh now? Well, Pango still kind of does because Abaddon goes down. But yeah, you see that teammate tip even.
Man, I was like, wow, that's a sick taunt. And then he just put it right in his face. It's like, yeah, miscoil.
Having fun with it. There's nothing wrong with that. But the story continues to be very similar, though. You have a Lifestealer and a Shadow Fiend. Both are looking pretty good, but then the rest of the Dire team shortly after that.
They're just fighting all the time, and they're making good movements, too. It was definitely closer in terms of fighting, but Pango's getting a lot of work done. The SF doesn't quite have enough survivability just yet. Like, the Lich's armor is not quite making the biggest difference. There's not the largest amount of magic damage from Empire's side. It's part of the reason.
What about him going the Shadow Blade, by the way? He's had it for a little bit now, but Shadow Blade on Shadow Fiend.
It's super normal in pubs, right? But it's also a good way to get Lifestealer into the battle. He hasn't actually done that attempt yet, but it gives his hero space creation potential. Who else is going to create space on his team other than himself, you know?
Yeah. They're pinging him out. Obviously, there's a sentry right there, which will be figured out now by the Radiant. But because of that, it allows whoever it was mid, I think it might have been Maiden, or one of those two to fall back.
Because, I mean, if he doesn't have Shadow Blade, it's got to be like, Abaddon's not going to take fights or like set up fights. It would have to be Earth Spirit basically every single time. And that's just not enough options, basically. So he can at least move around and score kills and set up kills. And he's going to build Dragonlance, he'll probably build other siege items. And he'll be the one that's going to be able to hit towers, because Lifestealer's not the best at that.
They're all collapsed right now on top of one another, but no catch happening yet. Now they see the Earth Spirit. Going to counter ward in the meantime. And they're chasing. Primal Roar is ready. Maelstrom just delivered a Pango.
Okay.
So a little better for an upcoming possible team fight. I think I heard somebody TP out. Yeah, Luna just went bottom.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of farm there. I mean, they can still fight without her. It's definitely better to have her there, most likely. I don't even know if she has that many Lucent Beam levels, though. She was 1, 2, 3
earlier. The aura. I mean, level 4 aura is also
true.
Decent.
The aura is good, but it's not like the most incredible, because it's not like their 4 heroes really right-click that much.
Yeah. Oh, Pango.
Oh, good catch.
Yeah, they put the soul bind out. Pango, though, he's still elusive. Iceberg Requiem, pretty good distance on it, though. But not the craziest one, more of a zoning, if anything. Nobody dying just yet. Lifestealer getting locked down by the Primal Roar. Now Iceberg has Pango on top, and the Maelstrom procs coming in as well. Iceberg tossed on up and slammed on down for the kill. The tower still has plenty of life, actually. Magnetize ticking down. Pango misses that swashbuckle, and now Kodos could be in trouble. The Batten running him down. Out come the Whirling Axes, so they do lose Pango. But now Beastmaster looking for that immediate revenge. LeBron Dota roll in from the Earth Spirit. LeBron throws up the Inkswell though, and Maiden's getting low, but not low enough. The Inkswell proc goes off. They take out Earth Spirit. They take out Abaddon, and now Misha very likely going to be the final victim when it's all said and done. So Empire, that was really well played actually. The fact that they only lose Pango, pretty crazy.
Especially because in the meantime, Luna was just power farming on the bottom.
Yeah,
that's insane. They really made everything work for him. The Grimstroke ulti was fantastic. They just did everything right. Even being able to pick off the SF. Like Pango's ultimate didn't even feel that valuable to me. But he got one hit on the SF, does a swashbuckle, and his allies fall up and score a kill. It's crazy good. And now almost an SNY for Luna. That would be nice. Make her very fast and hard to catch. Again, weak disable on Winstrike as a whole, so she'll be hard to lock down in team fights.
That over the Manta style you think is good?
It's pretty common. I mean, like Manta is still really good, and it's actually really good. This game, you can remove Silence from Earth Spirit, you can remove Open Wounds from Lifestealer, but the extra movement speed is just really good. Really, really good. And status resistance isn't bad either on that hero, because she kind of is like the real deal hard carry in the late game. And so if you're excuse me, if you're able to get SNY and a Satanic, your status resistance is like 40%. So then the weak disables that they have don't even matter anymore either. I actually cannot believe...
Oh,
sorry,
jumping back up. Yeah, they're slipped right there. Oh,
Wait.
Astral, caught in the middle. Soulbind, though, connecting them. He could not roll away. It's connected with Misha even. So down goes the Earth Spirit. Maiden, though, that Chain Frost bouncing around, doing some good damage, but Maiden living. Out comes the Eclipse now. Princess, borrowed time already used. A final Eclipse hit will connect and do him in. So far, it's a 3-for-1. Buyback on Earth Spirit, make it a dieback, as he wasn't as a little too committed. There, that was all with a Tier 1 tower up, by the way. Didn't even realize. And Iceberg was pushing top during that, too, so they didn't even have their Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, the biggest downside is that they just were able to finish Radiance at this point. So it just took a little bit too long. Like, Silent was actually ahead for a while, but maybe that one death that he had really changed the game output. Because they had like a 2K advantage, but both the SF and the Lifestealer dying afterward in a row just like got Empire back in this game, basically.
Speaking of SF dying, this is, well, he's going to live. Never mind.
Nope.
It actually is enough damage in the end. However, Beastmaster picked off. Lifestealer, he's pissed off. He's got the Radiance, as we mentioned. So Seiyu is also now in trouble. That's a 6-kill streak stopper, by the way.
The Hellbear slowed him down. He maybe could have chased there, but
unable to do so.
This is better if you can grab it, but good luck.
Bingo, swashbuckle, he dead. Okay, so only kill him as well.
Definitely needed to score those kills. Any big core that you can kill is going to get them back in the game so quickly. But Luna is now the hero to fight. Her net worth is comparable to Lifestealer's now, and she's going to just scale a little bit better. Like Radiance just doesn't fit perfectly with Lifestealer as a synergy card or a synergy item. It's still very good, but I just think if Luna just keeps buying standard agility item stuff, she's going to outcarry in the late game.
Okay. That's a Butterfly, one of several items we could see. Princess on Abaddon. I think he has borrowed time. Yep, they're going to pop right there. So healing up quite a bit, actually. They're still attacking him, even though that, okay. Finally, it wears off, though, and they will kill him in the end. So it's a matter of time before it wore off.
Yeah, it's making this Abaddon pick look pretty garbage, honestly. Yeah. Like, I think it's a smart pick based on the fact that Beastmaster's in the game, but they kind of picked it for the whole purpose of, like, helping Lifestealer be facilitated as a hard carry. But I don't think we've really seen much Abaddon and Lifestealer fighting the same fight so far. Abaddon has just been a vulnerability. His net worth has not been good. He didn't lane very strong, and now he just kind of, like, just gets killed by burst.
Yeah, he's not like a big team fight, you know, Ravage Ultimate either. He's just, he's under-farmed, and that's not good. It's not a hero that likes that, so.
And even typically, the items that you buy in that hero to make him good was Radiance. But he hasn't really been very good in a long time. He's just not a successful offlaner. Genuinely.
And you already have a Radiance hero with Lifestealer, so it is a bit funky.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like that build anyways. Like, it would have to be like Midas Radiance. Technically, that should be good right now, you'd think. But in the same vein, the hero just doesn't do anything for a long time. You basically have to be at the right place at the right time to remove a stun that they think is going to be crucial and important, and then you turn a fight. But that's so hard to, like, be there on time perfectly, dispel a stun. It's like you almost have to like buy. I mean, you basically have to buy aura kind of items like this, like Vlad's and into Solar Crest. Get tanky. It's like basically the same items that he bought when he was playing Weaver.
I feel like we see Pango's doing this a bit with the build that he just got. He went mech, following up the Maelstrom. So it's kind of this mix of damage / utility that Pango specifically can get away with. As the tower is going to fall here, most likely.
It's very similar to what basically I was asking for Abaddon to have potentially. It's like you have enough items to contribute, and then you just get a tanky item that keeps you alive and helps you win team fights, because that's what Pango wants to do, is win fights. Because once you win the fight, you get the tower.
Yeah.
So he'll buy Greaves afterwards, most likely.
Going for tier 3, Princess. He's going to tank up what he can. Dream's dropping right here. He has an Aegis, though. Remember, Soulbind on 2. Catching the Life Stealer as well. Silence coming up. Dream is going to fall most likely, but again, he's coming right back up. Chain Frost bouncing pretty far. Does eventually stop, though. Requiem from a distance. Again, Kodos, he's too committed. The Rolling Thunder ain't going to save him there. The Eclipse is bouncing around. It's not actually killing him. Never mind. It kills the Baton. At least he cannot TP out, though, on Luna. And the hold is not only successful, but Winstrike taking out 2 big kills. And they're going for a third, but Maiden able to TP out himself. So ambitious push right there.
It was. They did get the tier 3 at least, so they can take shrines.
True.
But it's a little rough to lose that many big heroes right there. It's got to be a big gold swing. But in the meantime, Beastmaster pushing out bottom. Maybe he'll snag a beautiful bounty rune.
If I didn't, it's one of those I kind of wish you had the replay, because the Soulbind came. I think the Prime Aurora hit like right before the Soulbind, so he didn't actually get a double stun, because I don't think Life Stealer was stunned up there.
It just didn't do that much to the Life Stealer. It's like he's very survivable right now or something. I don't know if he had Enrage up during it, maybe. Might have been the reason.
Yeah.
And then the Eclipse came out too. That didn't work out.
Oh, Iceberg. Well, he's like, thank you. I'll take this toss and kill your Grimstroke with it. Nope.
That would have been a kill if not for mech. Most likely.
Good mech save, but they're not done just yet.
Yeah, they might go on him again, actually.
Okay.
Shadowblade to run away. He'll be fine.
Good. Guardian Greaves being worked on in full on Pango, of course. Tiny, he wants a Shadow Blade, but almost there, actually. Luna, she's back at base currently, but going to be joining up with the team again. There is a Blink Dagger on Beastmaster now. He did just get that, so.
All right, it'll make it easier to start fights then. Because basically, if Grimstroke's in range, I think it's easier to cast the ultimate on Grimstroke than it is necessarily walk in and roar too.
And they're just going to group right up once again. As
wow. Look at those numbers.
You figure with that hold, it would actually get it closer again, but
yeah.
Okay. Winstrike, that's, you know, put $1 down, $8.40 in return. I mean, that's a...
This is becoming valuable, honestly.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, they're still kind of close to net worth. I'm not saying that they're more likely to win, but considering you could make 3 pennies on a $1 bet on Empire, this is value town right here.
Here's the code Valentine's. No mistake in there. You got a loot dot bet. You like those odds, and yeah, it does feel pretty good right now. Granted, again, Empire in the lead, 5,000 net worth. They're up 1-0. So overall, things are very good for them. Abaddon, one of the weaknesses, as we stressed on the side of Winstrike, but Life Stealer not so much, is building an MKB and has the big component.
Really good choice. Because, I mean, Luna's going to grab a Butterfly at some point. It's like a natural counter to typical strength heroes that are hard carries, because strength heroes usually can't afford to buy just like a raw damage item. Usually they'll buy things like AC or Heart or something like that. So it's going to force him to have some issues against a Butterfly. So, but he will have the solution.
We're going to man up on a Dream right here as he's beating down that tier 2, but unable to do much further than that. Iceberg, he's on the uphill with the Shadow Blade. Over Empire position more to the right, so have a bit of a standoff now.
Yep. They just want to have good control, ready to take the fight. They've got sentries everywhere around their shrine area.
Yeah, they do.
They can't afford to have vision for their opponents because it would allow them to go for these roars. I like the way he's playing here is great.
Toss back on his own teammate.
It's like his escape path was through the trees. Instantly gets in the trees and then they can't chase. And if things got really bad, you could just toss him back with the Tiny being in position. So just a safe way to siege that tier 2. Both teams playing it very well.
Roshan still has 2.5 minutes or so before he's going to be back up, potentially. Don't know how long after that, of course. So it's something that we may see Empire specifically wait for before they start trying to siege once again. But in the meantime, we're going to have a smoke play, and Earth Spirit, he's the one that gets the Infest Bomb inside him. So they're going to find Tiny. Nope, he blinks immediately.
It's definitely very dangerous to smoke at nighttime for reasons like that, because you won't be able to see your opponents before your smoke breaks. So your smoke breaks, which means that when you actually end up finding them, they're going to see you too. If that's daytime, they could get the initiation off probably. Yeah. Break the Blink Dagger.
Speaking of Blink, Tiny, he's hunting. Shadow Fiend in the area.
That's a support Tiny, by the way, guys. Yeah. He's 6-0 and 13, and he's got crazy items.
That's true.
This is incredible.
Yeah, he's one of the reasons why they actually have a 6,000 net worth league, because again, the cores on the Radiant side are decent, but supporting cast, that's a different story between the two teams right now. Oh, they found Shadow Fiend? Or not yet, but
maybe the other way.
Okay, well, now the Maiden's like, wait a second. Something's weird here. We're going to go further in, trying to line up a Requiem, but Iceberg is instead just going to pick up the Bounty Rune, and that'll be that. Okay.
Deep is greedy. That would have been pretty funny.
Yeah. Hoping Beastmaster was extra greedy there. Not the case. He was aware.
Oh, SF has a Crystallis at least. He's getting some crits right now.
Okay.
He went for the damage talent at 20, so he is just going to go typical, maybe not typical, but right-click SF. So that aspect of the hero has been buffed and buffed a couple times lately, ever since the common spell or Yule's SF was popular.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, and again, the Daedalus queued up further, 2,300 gold saved up even, so Daedalus pretty realistic in the near future. We've seen this before, a Spirit.
Definitely still going to have trouble with evasion, potentially.
Yeah. God, again, this happened earlier. It's just such a close call, but this time Iceberg's really overextending for it. They're chasing, they catch LeBron, and they explode him. That's an illusion. Good thing they didn't go too all out. Buyback.
Oh, they're fighting.
Oh,
okay.
They are. Double silence up. Astral, he's heavily slowed. Silent. He's going to man up against Dream, but the Eclipse transit out. Silence dropping quickly. Requiem from a distance. The Proud Roar locking him in place, though, and he cannot get away. 85 seconds. He's going to be out of the 5-4 Chain Frost. Bouncing around eventually wears off, though. Right now, the Empire looking pretty good. Princess, borrow time already activated. Tossed back in. Again, this Abaddon just doesn't seem like he's doing much here, unfortunately. Soulbind on 2, and they're forced to move together now as a team. Our Iceberg and Astral, but there's a Rolling Thunder in. BKB. Yeah, those right clicks are doing damage. Pango gonna survive though, and Luna still chasing. Astral toss in, he's dead before she hits, and Iceberg better keep running, because if Luna's able to catch up, then he's dead too. But
okay. He's able to hide in the trees before she pops vision, but this BKB SF with heavy right click is a cool Pango solution, really. So he uses his ball, and normally nobody can kill him, but SF's got great range, he's got really good damage. It's a solution, but they're getting crushed in these team fights, really, really bad. That fight kind of looked just like a good initiation from Empire. They played things out, they waited till Lifestealer's Rage was down, and then they just hard committed their BKBs and Eclipses, and they were just able to pick them off eventually.
Yeah, Lifestealer was taking chunks of damage there. Maybe it was the MKB of Luna, the auto tech, but the Primal Roar lockdown is what secured it in the end. So leads into the natural tower kill as at the base. The racks, they're going to get a tier 2 mid. And Roshan, it's a little bit longer of a respawn, but probably another minute or so before that's up here.
More map control. Last Shrine about to fall here on Winstrike's side. And up against the wall for sure.
Yeah.
Abaddon feeling like a glorified support at this point.
Oh yeah, no, he's...
I don't know if I like the Vlads as much this game. I kind of feel like Mech might have been better, genuinely.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, Abaddon's like... Vlads is by far the more typical item, but there's not that much right-click on the enemy team. It's mostly Magic Burst, actually. So if you get something like a Mech, you can help counteract some of that burst. And I just wonder if like Abaddon, if you play like kind of supporty style, your hero's so much better if you just play around a hero like SF. It's actually a nice combo, but you need to basically elongate SF's life in a situation where his opponents think that they're going to have a kill. And if you can be there for those moments, he can work as like a sort of Omni Knight-like hero. But Vlad's, I don't think, does that enough. It's more of like I'm already a good hero, and now I have Vlad's, which just makes my team better. But Abaddon by himself with just his skills is kind of limited. He's just not good enough with just his base skills.
Yeah.
That's why he has to buy like Radiance and stuff, because then it's like actually a threat. You're like, oh shit, he farms fast, and he's dangerous to put in the combo. But look at this shit. Like, what is he doing?
Well, he's going to distract. I mean, he pops for all time because that Roshan's dying fast. They want to stop it. Eclipse trying to bounce around now. Roshan getting low, finally goes down. Aegis is picked up by Dream. Requiem in the distance. They caught the kill in Grimstorm, but the Rolling Thunder just rolling around. Silent, he's in the midst of that too, but look at his life pool. It's going down quickly. Pango tossed over to Iceberg, trying to kill him. Triple kill for Soyu as he takes out the Lifestealer, and Iceberg will indeed go down. And that's one of those decisive fights right now. Empire's got a massive, their biggest lead, in fact, and they're going to go right towards the base. Lifestealer, the only hero with the buyback.
Princess wanted to join his team in the fountain, I guess. Walked in for that one. This kind of looks like the game's over, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, this that was a desperate attempt that I had mentioned too. Or I was going to mention, Daedalus was just purchased by Shadow Fiend going into that, so that was a money buyback, or money reason why he doesn't have a buyback. That is, and clearly that was not the beneficial choice there. Either way, you're against a Luna who's good luck holding against her.
It's looking bad. I mean, they're probably going to take the Strax most likely. They have 3 heroes up, almost 4, but.
Silent doing what he can. Again, going back to that distraction method, but with the glaives bouncing around, Luna's not too distracted. She can right-click the base, and it does the damage on the heroes anyways. Well, that's a toss. Misha. Gaze helping slightly, but Shield Slam, easy kill on him. Dieback on, well, not a dieback, but he's still there for 45. Tower goes down as well. There's the Infest Bomb chance, but she had popped the BKB right before. Silent locked down by the Prominent Roar. He's tanked up a little bit, but it's not nearly enough. The evasion helping, I'm sure. But again, he's dead for 110+ seconds. Luna is just not dying right now. Abaddon, of course, not much he can do there. Well, he denied himself. There you go.
Sick.
There's a positive.
He outplayed them.
You did it. You pressed Q in time. Wow. Triple kill, and that'll do it.
I can believe that Tiny has won 4 Battle Cups in a row. That guy was disgustingly sick this game.
Yeah.
Like, his laning stage, pretty good. And then all of a sudden, he just has all these items, hasn't died, has been there for his team, makes stuff happen. That was pretty